Finally, it seems that the Bears have landed on their new offensive line coach, and whoo, it looks like we got a good one coming into Howland Hall. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe, and it looks like the Bears are set to hire Tulane offensive line coach Dan Roushar. Now, before y'all start mowing and complaining about him being a college coach, he did spend 10 years in the NFL at the New Orleans Saints from 2013 to 2022. You guys can see the rest of his college stops here up on the graph here provided by Bears Now. Shout out to my man Harrison Graham. But here's the cool thing. When he was in New Orleans for those 10 years, he started off, I think, as a running back and tight end coach, but then he got promoted to offensive line coach in 2016, and he produced multiple Pro Bowlers on the O-line. People like Larry Warford, Andre Pete, Max Unger, Teron Armstead, Ryan Ramchick. I mean, this dude was cranking them out in a 4-year period as O-line coach of the New Orleans Saints. So this is a big-time hire by Ben Johnson and the staff. We know that the Bears' biggest weakness has been offensive line, whether it be they haven't been able to identify credible offensive line talent or they just haven't developed the talent that they do have on the offensive line. Not to say that the Bears haven't had any good linemen. Darnell Wright has been pretty solid. Tevin Jenkins, when he's available, has been pretty solid. So we have a couple of pieces. No, Braxton Jones has been solid, especially for him being picked in the 5th round. But obviously, the Bears line has been a weakness for the past few years. And hopefully, Dan Roushar can come in here and get this line right. So love this hire. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments below. You're watching Bears Yard, your home of opinionated Chicago Bears talk Monday through Friday right here on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss an episode, hit that subscribe button. But Dan Roushar is not the only big-time hire that the Chicago Bears made on the line. They also hired defensive line coach Bill Johnson, and Bill Johnson has also done some big things in his past. He coached the Saints D-line from 2009 to 2016, where he won a Super Bowl with the Saints in 2009 with Sean Payton. And obviously, I think he had some overlap with Dennis Allen. But the other cool thing about Bill Johnson is that he was D-line coach of the Rams in 2017 and 2018. And both of those times, Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year in both years. So we got a boss at O-line coach. We got a boss at D-line coach. And whoo, what is the biggest weakness of the Bears? The biggest weakness that we need to shore up going into next year, the trenches. So these hires, Dan Roushar on the offensive line, Bill Johnson on the defensive line. Bam! I mean, the Bears are about to be strong in the trenches next year, and I am here for it. Now, we still got to see what they do in free agency in the upcoming draft, but if these coaches are any indication, the Bears' trenches are in good hands going forward into 2025. But the Bears also made an additional hire. They hired a passing game coordinator by the name of Press Taylor. Now, some of y'all might be familiar with Press. He was the offensive coordinator down there in Jacksonville with Doug Peterson. He was also a staff member on the Philadelphia Eagles team that won the Super Bowl with Doug Peterson, I think back in 2016 or 2017. I think it was 2017 they won. The cool thing about Press Taylor is that he was responsible for that trick play, the Philly special. So I saw a lot of Bears fans overreacting about this particular hire. I don't know why, because they feel like since he wasn't a good OC in Jacksonville, why would Ben Johnson bring him into Chicago? You have to remember, he's just going to help out watching film and coming up with plays and things like that. He's not a play caller. The last passing game coordinator we had in Chicago was Tommy Brown, and he didn't even talk to Caleb Williams, by all accounts, until he became the offensive coordinator. So I wouldn't put too much stock into who we are naming the passing game coordinator. But it is cool to have another offensive mind in the staff room to develop trick plays and different things like that. And just to give Ben Johnson more support. So you got now Ben Johnson in there with Antoine Randwell and Delkin Doyle. And now you got Press Taylor in there on the offensive side, all brainstorming together to come up with the best plays to develop Caleb Williams and this Bears offense moving forward in 2025. I keep thinking that this video is over with, but news just keep coming. We just received word that the Chicago Bears have hired Eric Bieniemy to be their running back coach. Yes, that Eric Bieniemy, 2-time Super Bowl winning coach with the Kansas City Chiefs. He was formerly the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator for the UCLA Bruins. But now he is back in the NFL on Ben Johnson's staff. This coaching staff is absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to Ben Johnson. Keep doing your thing, my guy. But Bear fans, how are we feeling about all of these hires? Not just the Dan Roushar and the Bill Johnsons of the world. Drop a comment, and if you want more opinionated Bears talk, hit that video right there.